Hello, everyone, and welcome to Coffee, Tea, and Novel Ideas, brought to you by us crazy people here at Evergreen Author Resources, a 501(c)(3) dedicated to helping authors get where they need to be or where they want to be, maybe not where they need to be.
We make no promises of that. We can't
Make
do that.
no promises of that, yes. We're going to help you. That doesn't mean we promise anything comes out of that either, as the YOU in that factor is the biggest factor.
So I'm thinking you need to do the intro every time because it's so
Well,
professional and you have like all these pieces that I'm like, I don't remember saying any
Right?
of that last time. Like,
I
so
do.
you
I,
need
I
to.
thought about it. Yeah, I was like, well, this is just our second episode. Who knows what it'll turn
You
out to
totally
be?
need to. Like, I loved it. Like, even said who we are, that we're 501, all the things. I'm like,
All the
I just
things.
got. I did my hair for you. This is the extent of my really early
That's.
Sunday
I
morning.
appreciate that. Thank you. I
See,
did not do the hair. I did the intro.
I'll take the intro anytime. But anybody who's really up early, because in Texas it's like 8:41 on a Sunday, by the way. It is fairly early. Welcome to our fabulous shenanigans, because I'm like, I am very tired.
Yeah, I
I'm
was like,
very tired.
like our decision to do this on Sunday mornings. Buckle up, Buttercup. 'Cause it's
I feel like life choices were made and we really should have thought about it. It's like, this
we
was a
should have
great
thought about
idea.
different. Yeah, it is. It's in theory, right? Like most things, which is an awful segue into our topic for today, which is social media marketing, mindset, and health.
We got
You know,
this.
I recommend not drinking anything during this episode because it's probably going to just
Spill. That did happen the other day. So yes, oh wow. It's a great. We should talk about what we're drinking quickly before we get into this because
right.
it could
Yes.
be bad.
You have a cup, you start.
I have a cup.
Yeah.
So I am officially trying. Being an adult, can I say that I'm doing the adultish thing? Either that or I'm
Mhm.
watching too many videos. It's one or the other. So I am trying collagen for the first time. I didn't know collagen was a thing. I didn't know anybody like try collagen. So I have hot chocolate and collagen. This is my new thing. I
Mhm.
also had to learn there's like unflavored version of things. Did you guys know that? I did not know this.
Yes. I like only buy unflavored, like everything that you add to this.
Why didn't anybody told me this years ago? Because I've been avoiding protein shakes forever because they taste nasty. It was like, wait, I didn't have to have a flavor. So my morning is some hot chocolate and then I got water because I figure I don't know which one will go first. So here we are. All right, who's
All
next?
right.
I'm prepared.
I can go. I am rather boring. I am doing raspberry honey tea. I actually woke up a couple hours ago, but I'm dragging. I've been doom scrolling all morning, and then like an hour ago, I was like, I really need to shower before we do this. So
Mm.
That was me.
I'll get coffee after before I start packing orders. It's all good.
Yeah, you gotta be coherent for that. Like that's the thing. Like this one, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
This maybe the rambling, like whateverness without the caffeine in my system already might make for a more entertaining show. Who knows?
Yeah. I think it's interesting that you think like raspberry honey tea is boring. Like I've got this basic tea. It's got
I find it like I think it
fruits.
tastes good, but to me it's like it's juice. Like it's basically
Okay.
just juice. Like
I'm glad,
raspberry tea with honey in it is just juice. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Tanya.
Yeah.
I'm glad you called her on it because I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
It's
mine
like
is
is
like
that
black tea,
it's like
black with some
right,
honey. Yeah.
like black or green tea, like just straight tea is like basic tea. Um and
See, and I grew up not allowed to drink any of that because it all had caffeine. Like for
Mhm.
religious purposes, you weren't allowed to. So like herbal fruit flavored tea was the basic tea.
Mm. Yeah.
No,
All right.
just
Yeah.
we're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's
We're there. I'm like, that's not basic, but okay. What you drinking, Tanya?
I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. I am
What time is
completely
it there?
off script. It's like 9 o'clock. Like I loaded that thing up at
That's for
8.
making coffee. You're good.
This is like Coca-Cola is I'm addicted to it. I mean, it is what it is, right? I could be addicted to worse things than Coca-Cola and Jake Gyllenhaal, but that is where I am in life. So
You could be addicted to cocaine, so
I
yes,
could
I
be
agree.
into yes. I mean, there are
Okay.
way worse things I could be addicted to, but I will fight you over a Coca-Cola if I have not had one. Like when, back when we lived at the beach and the hurricanes, came in and then people are like going to the grocery store like after you can get back out because by then I've like inhaled everything that I have. Um, and and so people are going to the grocery store and they're just like trying to get ice and they're trying to get whatever. And I'm like in the soda aisle like a crackhead. Just
Yes, I love it.
like, I need this. Like, don't even like I'm leaving there with like a cart full of Coca-Cola. They're like, this. So we do not run out of that at this house. And I've tried to quit and I tried to quit one time when I was still working, and my coworkers, I came back from something, and then there was, like, a soda on my desk.
Oh,
So
that's a
and
hint. You
then
know that.
yes,
That's a
Oh,
yes.
sign.
And then,
Mm.
and then I tried to quit once we moved up here, and then, I went out and I came back, and my husband doesn't go out, but there was, like, soda in the house, and I was like, "Alright, yeah, this is," it's like,
This is a thing.
this is for real. So now I just try to cut back,
Okay.
and so I try not to just vacuum through them, but I live off it, so does life. Like, it's
There is always worse things, so I totally agree.
Yeah,
So yes, I agree. So good call. At
I
least
have
nobody.
been alternating it with, like, the caffeine free because, all the I don't know, all the predisposition to heart disease and the rest of that, medical jargon that
The
they
adult
keep
things.
so like, I'm like, "Look, I'm getting older, that means that, everything is gonna be falling apart anyway," and, newsflash, since I turned 30, everything has just been flipping down that hill anyway, so I'm
that's
like,
fair.
I may
I'm
be
trying to think.
not helping it by drinking soda, but I'm not supposed to have nightshades, and I eat spaghetti once a week, get the tomatoes, and if there's a great, like, eggplant parmesan, I'm gonna need it. Like, I don't I know I'm gonna pay for that. I'm gonna be, taking some vitamin Motrin, but, and
I
for
can
anyone
think
out there who doesn't understand that that's a military reference, Motrin is issued like vitamins,
every day, every day, and it's
ibuprofen
800.
and yes,
800
800 milligram
because
ibuprofen
you
and
can't
water will fix most things in your life as a military member,
to include
according
bleeding.
to
By the
naval
way,
medicine.
including
I mean, you got
bleeding
to
and
have the
body
Right,
fluids
it's
parts.
coming
like
in for it to keep coming out. I mean, that makes
right,
sense.
just
We will fix you anything. Headache, here you go. Your
just
legs
it
falling
takes a
apart,
Motrin, takes a
here you go.
Motrin.
And walk it out. You need to walk it
Yeah,
out. That's
takes
what
a
happens.
Motrin, drink some water.
And
Okay.
walk it out. You're like, okay. Jamie's like, why? I was like,
No,
it
I
is
love it
600.
because like my dad was Marine, my brother was Army, like
Mhm.
a lot of my family is military. And so totally get it.
Yeah, you're
Totally
no
get it.
stranger to ibuprofen, are you?
Oh my gosh, no. And with my liver disease, I actually am missing
You
the
can't,
enzyme
yeah.
to be able to work with Tylenol. Like it
Mhm.
can't do anything with it. And like there's several other meds as well. So like my doctors freak out anytime I have a fever. So like, what do we give you? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. Like you're the one who knows this.
Water.
Like, good luck.
Ice water.
Jamie was not tracking the other part of the equation was the water. It's like she's not
So
enough.
water, it's
You gotta
just
need drink some water. You'll be fine tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah, when I was,
no.
it's funny because, my daughter's autistic. And when all this stuff was coming out that was like, Tylenol causes autism. I was getting all these messages from family members and they were like, you must have taken a ton of Tylenol. And I was like, psych, no. I took
right,
like they prescribed me muscle relaxers.
right.
Like, no, I can be part of the proof that Tylenol does not 100% cause autism. Thank you.
They've
Yes.
never
It's like
had it.
it's
Thank you very much.
Might have something to do with the genetics family. Like
A little bit.
just
Maybe
a little
having been
bit,
30 while
a
I was
little bit of
pregnant might have a little something to do with
it's
it.
just,
The fact that I'm neurospicy, husband's neurospicy,
yeah.
parents are neurospicy.
Mm.
I wonder where it came from. That's so
Tylenol.
strange. Sorry,
Tylenol.
not trying to get political. Just like
Tylenol.
but they were like, oh yeah, it must be because. No, honey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can prove it is not that.
It is Sunday. We did warn people that it was very going to be spicy today. So
Yes.
I'm
All
very
over.
much. It's like, yes. I think I started breaking down when I left the military. That was at what, 26, 27. So I'm like, I started early. So yes, I'm like, I now wake up and I feel like popcorn or everything goes pop, pop, pop. It's like, please tell me you're lining yourself back up because if not, it's going to be a day. Like yesterday, I was teaching at a Rotary event and I was walking across this gym to find my chair and my hip kind of clicked. I was like, oh, I just had 50 more steps to make it to the chair. Don't break the hip. It's awful. I was like, what just happened to me? I'm sitting down quietly. I was like, do not draw attention to yourself. Just sit here and unclick the hip. So then they're like, you have so much energy. It was like, if you only knew the disaster that happened about an hour ago.
Right.
So yes.
You just
Barely made it to my chair from like across the gym. So yes, I don't know. It's a thing.
It's funny because I was like, I got up somehow before everyone else in my family, which never happens. And I was hurting pretty bad. So I'm like chilling on the couch and my kid comes down and my kid was in the ER yesterday because we thought she broke her nose. And like, so comes downstairs and was like, Mommy, I hurt, da da da. And she crawls on my lap and we're like cuddling for a minute. And then suddenly she just screams and goes, I'm a goat. I was like, I think it's the most relatable thing anyone has said to me in the longest time. Like, it's like, I was like, yeah, now I'm like, yeah, I kind of just feel like a goat. Like all the ouchies, just the random screaming.
I need to remember that. I need to remember that. Just start yelling.
You need to let us scream,
screaming. Just like start randomly screaming at people.
See if anybody noticed, like, what's just happened? Like, it's a day. It's a day. So I do have, and I was telling Tonya, I do have some amazing news because I'm doing arts and craft. I told you I was going to do some spray painting on my edges. By the way, I'm a really angry spray painter. I would be a horrible.
Oh, I bet you are.
I'd be a horrible tagger. Like if I had to be like, graffitiing, you would just catch me because I would just be like angrily painting the wall. So
they look good.
We don't know yet because I just pulled this off this little press. So when we're discussing it, by the way, you said you tape, like you cover all your pages. I'm too lazy, so I just put really sensitive tape. You know what also I didn't do?
I don't tape. I'm too lazy for that. I fold paper. I'm like, here's a paper, rip it in 4 pieces and just boop, boop. That's it.
Well, I don't know. Oh, look, the tape did not destroy the binding. I'm pretty impressed. I should work on this bottom pieces. I also should put tape around this ones, but that sounded like work. So I'm following this tutorial on how to paint sprayed edges. So I took one of my Curse by Bird books that looks fairly crumpled. I'm like, I'm going to mess up a book. At least let me not mess up the one I'm taking to an event. And I guess I'm supposed to like open them? Like,
yes. It's the most satisfying sound ever when you do it.
Oh, this smells straight like
that looks real satisfying. She was like,
one of the reasons I don't spray paint, I brush paint. Like, oh that smell is awful.
This book has to go like outside and get quarantined because it does smell like paint. I was like, oh my god. But look, I did it.
You did it.
It's so shiny too.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Good to... This is not. But the inside have a really cool like edge of like copper. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm all excited about this. So one book is amazing. 50 might be a project. I don't know if I'm committing to that many books, but
oh no, I got that.
I needed to share that I did the thing. You all should be really proud of me.
Yes.
See, and all I can think of right now when you just said 50 is I'm thinking like, could you just take like some, next time you're at the grocery store, grab some paper bags, like fold them in and then put like 5 of them in that block and then spray. Like I would be batching.
do not get that excited because you know how lazy like I am semi homemade to a whole new degree of laziness. So I got an F clamp. By the way, I spent
Mhm.
time at the hardware store. This is not my
Mhm,
place.
mhm.
That's my dad's place. Like these people's like, what do you need help with? It's like I have a project. They're like, yes. I'm like, none of that. Like, don't be yesing me. Like, calm down.
So
You're
yeah.
scaring me before I even started.
They were like, we want to see it. I was like, me too. So when I get there, we'll all talk about it. So I'm gonna go to the like, hey, look what I did. But I got an F clamp that is like industrial size, so I can
Mhm.
put like 8 of them in here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're not
Yeah.
doing this whole like one at a time.
Mhm.
This project will end with one. I'm like, oh, that was fun. The end. But so, you should know me better
After
than
you
that.
invest in a giant clamp, you're like, and I'm done with it.
If I had to do it one at a time, it would be like, what happened? I was like, the end. That
You
was the
might be
worst.
neurospicy when just add it to your
Mhm.
pile of materials for hobbies. And
Might, really. I think
see,
ADD
and
to a whole new core.
it's funny because since I do the like hand painting, I found I hate stacking them
Mhm.
so much. I hate
Why?
stacking them because then I have to keep track of exactly where one book ends and the next book starts. And like for
Ah,
me, I like to be able to like move the book as I'm doing the stuff because I'm hand painting and then hand foiling. So like I need to be able to be close to wherever I'm plugged in. So like, and it's funny, I found like I have to have like little table something needs to be lower than me, like at the level of my knees, so I can like bend forward. It's like a whole thing, but it's so calming for me. Like it's my creative recharge, and it's fun because since no two are the same, I'm like, do do do. Like I found I can't do stencils. Hate stencils with a passion. I don't want them to be the same between every single one. So there's no perfectly straight lines. Like, no, I can't do any of that.
I'm going to tell you the highlight of my life was going outside to like my driveway and spray painting like a psycho woman. Like this whole like slow
Mhm.
and gentle is not gonna happen. I was like, yeah, no, like
So what I'm seeing then is you're basically gonna have like business idea. You're making other people pay to spray paint your books for you, and you create it like a smash room, but they get to like tag the book edges.
Mhm.
oh my god, if
Saying
I
that
listen,
would be such a fun reader event. I'm just saying that would
any
be such a
graffiti
fun reader event.
any graffiti artist who wants to come and spray paint my books, homemade.
Mhm.
I got about 200 in the other room. I'll bring I'll bring some drinks. Like we'll bring some tequila. I got some vodka. We'll make this into an entire tent. We'll find more presents. We'll make an entire graffiti like project out of this. That would be amazing. But this whole like painting, I was like, you started talking. I was like, ooh, that sounds so much more work than I thought about it. I was proud of this. Let's just talk about this. I'm
You
proud of
Yeah.
should
this.
Yeah, you
be.
should be.
I'm even more impressed that the pages actually like open. I was expecting them to all be like the end of my pages. I was like, oh. I'm really fun that the fact that they all have a cute little border inside. I was like, it
Mhm.
has a border.
Yeah.
So one book, exciting. 50? I'll let you know next week what happens. Because I'm
Look at
like,
it.
TBD.
It's literally like I seriously I binge watch. That's when I'm watching my English shows. Like so rarely do I watch anything in English, but that's when I'm like, okay, we're gonna watch another season of Taskmaster. We're gonna catch up on Bridgerton. Is when I'm painting my book edges.
just so you can hear it while you're actually
Yeah,
painting.
Mhm.
I just sit there and I'm like, do 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 do.
So, what kind of paint to use for anybody who's interested in spray painting edges or painting them? This is your episode because the rest of us, you guys can tell this an experiment in the making. Because I'm like, I have no idea. Tanya, when are you painting yours? Like, we need to see when you're
Tanya's
starting
like,
this.
hell no.
Look, you know what works real well is like you go over, you talk to someone, you get them to the edges, and then you load the file and
I
the
actually
printer
Ooh.
saved the link.
prints
It's like
those right on
$19 to
out.
do that on a book now, and I'm like, done. Deal.
Yeah, like I'm
Actually,
Oh,
my
like,
I
yeah,
special
no, this
edition that
is
we're doing for Till Death and Daisies Bloom is going to have secret edges, and we're doing black leather with gold foil.
okay. Wait. What?
but you know what?
What is secret edges? Can we get to that part?
So
What
the
does that
edges that
mean?
she just showed you,
Were
where
they
it's formatted into the file.
Uh huh.
So we're going to be doing that, but then you paint on top of it so that they're hidden edges so that you can't see them.
Mhm.
Oh.
until you move the stuff.
Yeah.
Like
They
book
have the ones
creation.
where you can slide, where you can, there's different scenes
Ah, I
when
got
you
you.
fold the books in different ways. Like those are amazing. I have not done those. But I was
So
thinking right as we were talking about this, at least this is a
It is. It's a beautiful
a
edge.
pattern where I could
yes.
paint these because it's a pattern. I do have all these addition,
I,
like these are from my Kickstarter. This is the book that I still haven't even put up for sale yet.
oh, that book that we talked
DC.
about.
It's like 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that
So,
the ones where they slide. Yeah,
Which
those.
anyone
oh,
watching wants to know, Creatures of Chaos by Julie Hall. This series is awesome. I love Julie Hall
Mhm.
in general, especially if you like urban and paranormal fantasy. Definitely do it.
okay.
But
Where
I
did
need
you
to
get that?
confess.
she actually, so she keeps selling
I'm not
out
a
of them.
kid.
She does a big like sale thing from usually CC, I think, but like a Chinese
Mhm,
printer, big batch,
mhm.
and then she literally has it processed through Amazon. She sends it to a
Really?
warehouse for it all to be sold and shipped
Okay,
from
so you
Amazon
can get that on Amazon, is what you're saying,
when it's
when
in
they're
stock.
available.
These
Yeah.
sell, and
Mhm,
then she also has them on TikTok Shop too, I think. And then
mhm,
like for hers though, like it comes in a little bag with the art and the swag and like
mhm.
yeah.
Can I
So
just
those
have
are
a
also not
confession?
cheap. Go ahead.
I
No.
need
You know
I
what
need a
though?
confession.
Because she does the print run, they're cheaper than I can sell a special edition.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's
I
the
want to say
sad part.
I paid like 39 for that, which
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
wild. Yeah.
all of that, 39,
Mhm,
crazy.
But I will
Because
never read the book.
I can't buy the book just that cheap from like anywhere that's
mhm,
not a
mhm.
massive print run and you're not buying at least 1,000 of them. I can't buy one copy as an author copy that cheap for a special edition. Just saying.
Yeah.
Ladies, this is not helping my reading world because I'm not touching that book. Like I have so many Kickstarters that I have backed that I was like, what do I do with you? Because I really want to read the book, but nobody wants to mess with the edges and ruin them. So now I'm like,
I
Oh
don't
no,
I
I always get
I'm
the
not
ebook
reading
too.
those books. Yeah, like I am a collector. This like
This is
these
all of my book space in my entire
this
house. I don't have room
yeah,
for anything that's not like a trophy copy or one my
okay,
yeah.
husband's reading. I
guys,
It
don't.
you know, this is I can't talk because I'm obviously the book fanatic. Not to mention
I'm
the 50
so
pounds
jealous
on
yeah.
of
this
your
one.
shelf space. Can I just say that?
Mhm. Mhm.
this
I'm
is
so jealous.
this was my project before TikTok became popular with bookshelves. And because I literally had to make all the shelving, my parents came in one day, they're like, oh wow, look at you. I was like, yes, I know how to use a drill. Thank you, Dad. You did well with your daughter. Check the point. But so I have always joked that I am like there's two separate hobbies. There's reading and buying books.
Mhm.
So now with all this special edition, my second hobby has been validated because I should buy books because they're pretty.
Yeah.
Except that I really want to
Fair.
read them. So I'm like, God, now that I need to buy any more books because
I'm not
I,
I'm
I love books. It's
I
just I love.
almost
I
never buy a physical copy to read anyways because the font is
mhm,
so small.
mhm,
Like
Oh,
all of mine, I print, I pay extra, so I make less so that the font is larger. But
I
like a
figure.
trad book, I'm like, I need a magnifying glass with my glasses to
mhm,
be able to read this thing. I
mhm,
read for enjoyment, not to be more work. So I'm going to be on my e-reader with it being in night mode, with the
mhm,
font enlarged, with the font that
mhm.
like my brain is happy with.
Yeah.
I'm just at that
So
point, which is part of why I rarely read trad. It's not that I don't want to read the books, but when the
right.
ebook costs more than the physical book, why
Yes.
do I want to spend that
Or
money?
the same as the physical book. Like I'm like, what
Like, what's the
is
point? I don't want to
that?
spend $20 for an ebook
Yeah.
when it's easy for that to just be yoinked away. I'm out. I'm done. That's not going to happen. Even
Mhm.
$10, $15, I struggle with on my own
Yeah.
personal budget. I'm a
Mhm,
Kindle Unlimited like subscriber for a reason.
One of my readers, I went to a high school, and the girl said, "Hey, what do you thought?" And I just happened to be there, and she's like, "I like the book, but I wouldn't give it a 5 because the font was too small." And I was like,
mhm,
"What?" And I had somebody else formatted it. So now I'm with you, Jamie. Like my font is usually a 12, and people's like,
Yeah.
"It's
mhm,
big." I was like, my kids who are reading this can't read it. My adults
mhm,
can't read it. My mom said the same thing, and I was like, oh, I forgot. Like, you can't no longer make it that
mhm.
tiny because nobody can read it. So
Yeah.
now, like, my font's at 12. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I would like for you to enjoy the book. So now I
Mhm,
have books to buy that I'm never going to be able to read. I mean, I have to buy two. I have to buy like a paperback and like a hard copy.
mhm.
So not amused. Speaking of
I
book
love it.
reading, what are we reading? I think that was the next question we were supposed to discuss. What are we reading?
So
Nothing.
I just finished listening, right? It's audiobook, and because I just drove up to be Bobby's I say Bobby because I know her as Bobby, right? When you meet people as their author name, that's who they are, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But when you meet people in real life as their name, that's who they are. And so I have to stop saying that. I went to TNT as Whitney Gale's personal assistant.
With Tanya.
And that happened yesterday here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I had a blast because on Thursday, um, she had reservations for the Cheesecake Factory. So I literally took my work meeting. There were other authors there, so I didn't just like ghost her, like sitting across from me while I was in a work meeting. But she was like, "Hey," she's like, "We're gonna we have reservations at the Cheesecake Factory. The meeting starts at 4." And I'm like, "Okay, so does my meeting for, for my part-time gig that I do, coaching for a university writing center." So I was like, okay, I have to be in that meeting because they said there's a lot to cover. And she's like, well, there's other authors that are going to be there. And one of those was Pepper North, who I've known for a while, who's been at other events. Lovely. If you like daddies, go check out Pepper. And And so there we had a good time there. I got cheesecake, which was awesome. Um, the red velvet cheesecake. So
Ooh.
ate half of it there and brought half of it back and then ate the rest of it at the event. Um, once everything kind of
Dun-dun-dun.
like started slowing down, I was like, "We have cheesecake upstairs." She was like, "Go get it." So it was a blast for me, and especially on the assisting side, because this is like one of the first events that I've been to in a while that wasn't just like a quick, like 3 or 4 hour signing, that I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to plan it. I didn't have to worry about where people were sitting. I didn't have to worry about what people were eating. I didn't have to do any of those things. So I had a great time.
You could just sit down and enjoy him. Like, I'm just gonna chill here
Yeah,
and just
yeah. And
and let all the things be.
I got to see people that I hadn't seen in a while, like other authors that, just through the years I've met at other events, and they were like, "Oh, where are you? Where are you?" And I was like, "Nowhere. I'm not doing." I'm like, "I'm over at Wendy's table. I'm just here as support. If you need a bathroom break, hit me up. I'll come, sit for you." But it was I was like, "Oh my gosh, this was so much fun." Um,
Only PAs can say that because the rest of us are like, oh man, this was so much
It's
work.
okay. I
exactly.
got you beat, okay? So I was supposed to be at the event and I had to back out because I couldn't afford a hotel for that chunk of time while also
Mhm,
trying to fix my car.
mhm,
And my car couldn't handle a 2 hour drive there and back for 3 days in a row. Like that was just not
mhm,
going to happen.
mhm,
My back couldn't do that either. But I still paid for my PA to get a VIP ticket to be able to
mhm.
still go.
Mm.
So my PA still got to go do the whole thing and like
Nice.
party it up without having to do
Yes.
any work. And she was like, this
That's
was so much fun.
yeah.
I
Heck
think she
yeah.
beat you. I think she beat you, Tanya. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
PA and not PA.
her PA,
That's
yeah.
even better.
Like, you did get to do all this stuff and then just go as a reader, yeah. I mean, I probably could have done that, but I was like, "No," and I'm not doing that. So
You
instead,
did
I
some
just
more.
harassed Whitney the whole time. I
I
was
love it.
like,
That is awesome.
which
So
is
did
which is great because it sort of leads into our whole thing about, like, mindset and health,
we were
um,
talking about the books you were reading. You didn't
for our
even tell
talking.
me.
You
Oh,
didn't
is that the
even say
books that we're
an
reading? How did
audiobook
we
and you
get
didn't even
like
say what audiobook
just
you were listening to.
Oh, because of the drive. There we go.
Thank you. I thought it was me. I was like, what happened to the
Look,
book
What?
I don't,
that you were
maybe you
I
said the
skipped
audiobook
a
name. I don't
I
remember in
didn't.
any way.
I didn't. I okay, so I listened to I finished KM Monarova's um freaking It's
See,
not
she
there,
has
it's
the
not
book.
Bulletproof, it's the, because the Bulletproof is the new one that's coming out. Um,
Don't be destroying your
it's
shelf over there.
Leave
I'm
Me
like,
Behind. I listened to
okay.
Leave Me Behind, and now I'm listening to the other one in that. There's like another one in her Dark Forces series. So
Okay.
um
I like. I don't think I have picked up a new audiobook yet. I'm trying to be productive, which is failing. But I did pick up, I have two separate books I just finished. You all should be proud of me because I don't do romance at all. Somehow I have fallen down the dark romance, bizarre world. But I'm going to say that I blame this book. I blame this book because this,
ah
Yes.
I did also, confession, did not realize it was book 3 in the series, but the title got me. Yeah, I do this all the time. So, Demons with Benefits by Rhoda Asher is the hell bent. Come on, demons who want to like get better in Earth. I
mhm,
was like, I'm in. She also has a really cute sprite.
mhm.
I'm considering the edges. So I got this. I was wondering. I was doing a coaching session of Books a Million. I walked by and I literally did the whole stop, back myself up, and be like, this is my season. I'm in the season of Friends with Benefits. This book is calling to me. So, needless to say, and then happened to be like, wait, this is book 3. Should I pick up the other one? So then she got me. So I pre ordered her Axolotl Beauty and the Beast, which her books are getting thicker and bigger. Nobody
Mhm.
also didn't tell me this is like a 6-book series. I was like, where's the next one? Like, why don't I read? I don't read reviews. So anybody who does, I love you all, but I
I don't
don't.
either.
I don't read mine. I don't read anybody else's.
Mm-mm.
I'll look at the cover. I'll look at the title, maybe the blurb, and be like, we'll commit. Let's see how bad
Mhm.
this is. So just finished this one, and then I went for some cozy. By the way, I have some cozy mysteries. This is the Death by Ice Coffee. And because I couldn't figure it out what book in the series was this is like probably a 10. I don't care. Cozy mysteries doesn't matter. Like, you just pick up a book.
True.
There is a cat. There's a coffee store. There's a murder. What else you need? Like, this is it.
Love it.
So I started this one because I've been doing tons of fantasy, primarily because I'm getting ready to start writing fantasy. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if I'm writing in my genre, I can't read my genre. So I tend to do like a
Mhm.
complete break of that. So I got a whole bunch of cozy mysteries because we're going to be back to writing fantasy, just to give me that separation and palate clenches. So I
Mhm.
had picked up this one. I think I like it. She ran a marathon or tried to run a marathon and almost died. So I'm officially relating to this character because I've done that before too. I'm like, I'm not the only one who does dumb shit like this. I'm in.
Nice.
So, Jamie, what are you reading?
Subtitles. I
You
have
did
not
say
read a
that.
book at all in the last month because I have been binge watching Pursuit of Jade, which is a Chinese drama. And when
Mhm.
I say it has just knocked every single Eastern drama and anime and like everything, like to where this is my number one favorite I've ever watched. And Monday, the final episode airs. It is so freaking good. It
So,
is so good.
is it
Yes.
live action? Is it animated? Is it, what
This
is it?
one's live action, so it's live
Okay.
action
Mm.
Chinese drama.
Okay.
It's historical, but not actually like a history thing, but like historical setting. So you get the like fun Wuxian kind of vibes. But
Mm-hmm.
like, why it's had me so hooked though, because he's like top general marquee kind of guy who ends up he's like literally almost dead in the snow, and she's a pig butcher's daughter and like trips over his foot. And
Oof.
it's so funny because the opening scene is literally her like, nope, you are too poor, you can't take care of him, you can't feed another mouth, da da da. And then she's still saying it as she drops all of her stuff and turns around to like pick him up and carry him back home. And like his identity is kept a secret from her for 27 episodes. These are not American 20-minute episodes. These are like almost an hour. And like it's so good because you get chunks of like there's so much humor, there's amazing banter, there's really good action, like so many plot twists. I have not read or watched anything that has like made me swoon this much or hit me like with the what is actually happening vibes in so long. And I don't look, there are like 4 love stories happening in this. two of them are the villains, and by the end, I actually was sad the villains died. Like, they're all incredibly sexy men, and by the end, you're like, well, dang it. Like, not cool. And Monday,
You
the
have
final episode airs. So, like, tomorrow. So, that has been, when I have binge watched basically 40 hours worth of this show in 1 month. Yeah. Yeah. So
What?
that's what I've been reading, has been all those subtitles. And it's on Netflix if anyone wants to watch.
You've been talking about this for a while, so I know it's under your skin because
It's
normally you talked about it and then you move on to the next one.
Yeah.
This
No.
is your new obsession. So I'm like,
This is absolute, and it's
yeah.
not just me. And it's funny because they had, so like, probably a week ago-ish, somebody leaked all of the rest of the episodes onto some pirate sites, which I have not gone and watched. I have no interest in that. But apparently the leaked episodes, so China has very strict rules and restrictions. And the way that they film and publish things is very different than in the US. In the US, like, you come with the story idea and then it's sold and you know where it's going to air and you know all that. They don't. They have to film the entire thing and then bring it to the Chinese government and go, do you approve of this, or what changes do we need to make, before it even gets to have like an air date or any of that kind of stuff. So the leaked episodes have things in them and extended scenes that the Chinese government made them cut or trim, especially like a not even really spicy, but very suggestive spicy scene at the end. So like everybody's freaking out right now trying to find that like one scene because it's not in any like approved networks. They like trimmed it back big time, and we're like, no, we have waited 40 hours to see these people together, and you trimmed it and there's not even skin. Okay.
Oh
The
my gosh.
differences in audiences, as you can tell, we're like, why are we not getting the rest of this? And they're like,
Yes.
it's gonna be amazing. I love it.
Well, the thing
Speaking
is,
of
this actually
audiences,
was
we
a book.
have
This
a
was a
viewer.
168 chapter like book
Oh,
that they
see?
converted, and they did a really good job. I'm just saying.
You
So
said audience.
we
We have
have
audience.
a viewer on our we have an audience. Like an actual audience. So say hi to Matthew and Matthew, if you want, like, just pop in there and let us know, like, what are you reading or
Matthew's
working
like,
on?
no, I wasn't
That's he's
talking to
like,
you
no,
guys.
he's
Yeah,
like, it's
like, I'm
okay.
just
You
watching your
don't have to
chaos. It's fun.
participate, but I just like to make sure that you know that we're happy that you're here. Thank you for
He's
popping
like,
in.
and I'm leaving because you're all
Right,
talking.
like, because
And now
y'all are
you're
just
talking.
Sunday crazy,
We made
Yes.
Matthew TV. He's like, no, no,
right?
no. I was watching TV. I did not interested in becoming TV.
Part of it was
So,
not trying to enter stage left.
so I've been watching Josh Johnson, who I adore as a comedian, and he said like somehow we became TV. So that's his joke. Anytime somebody like happens to be in YouTube, it's like, and you became TV for the day. I was like, oh yeah, we did become TV. That's
Mhm.
all sorts of crazy. So yes, who's that?
Oh, this is Ricky Bobby.
He wanted to
Oh
be
my
TV too.
gosh. Ugh, yeah, and
I
that's
would like
my
to.
stack of boxes in the corner.
I just started like Nightmare on Christmas. Like I'm
It
like at
pans
least you.
away
Yeah,
as the cat goes onto her
Jack.
shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was like at least your corner is really stylish because mine would have been like I don't think you all wanted to see that corner. So I'm
It's
impressed.
it's like
I'm stuck.
it's the stuff that I'm bringing to the event in July. It's the crafting stuff. So I've
Mm.
got it all like set up over here so that I know exactly like where it is. So
Yeah, her being all
as I
organized and like,
yeah.
So you brought it up. What event are we doing? You might as well. We didn't plan that, so you might as well talk about this event. What are we doing? What's in
It,
July?
so in July we are doing our first writer get together. It's a an education based event with retreat vibes. There's going to be guest speakers, panels, all that kind of good stuff during the day, and then um, some like self care, crafting, writing sprint, like writing time built in because, that's the part with the retreat vibes with it. Um, in the
We'll do
evenings
meditation. We got
and
meditations coming.
meditation, we have yoga, um, all the good stuff. Um, and it'll be and it we still have space and we
That's fine.
have just a handful of of rooms left on our hotel block. But you don't have to stay at the hotel. So, um, but
So
right now I
it's
think we
July
have a
9th.
handful of people coming.
Mhm.
Yeah, when is it? Yeah, I'll
July
have to get my
10th through the
calendar.
12th is officially the dates. So, and if you're interested in staying at the hotel, you can check it on the website. There is a concert happening. Did you know, Jamie, this? There's a concert happening in Charlotte, and everything's booked. So the hotel sent us a lovely note. She's like, I'm just letting you know. Hopefully, you don't need any more rooms because we have none because of this concert. And I was like, oh.
Yes.
Except she didn't tell me who the concert was. I'm like, Chelsea, who's the concert? Like, you could have give me a hint. I
Mhm.
was like, who's gonna be in town that we should be concerned about? So,
Well, and that
for
hotel is down next to like the Coliseums and all like
uh,
there's
Mhm.
multiple big stadiums there that all of the concerts happen at.
I think we're staying. We might as well. I think we're staying at the embassy. That's where we're doing this. I
Yeah.
was like, what is the hotel? It is the embassy.
Where are we
Like,
staying? Somewhere in Charlotte at some hotel. Show up. You'll either come to a writing event and
or a
get some work
concert.
done and leave with a bunch of stuff, or you'll just hang out with the concert goers.
And it's one that we're kind of intentionally keeping on the smaller side so that
Yes.
it can be a little bit more personalized. Like we can
Yeah.
actually have time to talk to everybody and have one-on-ones if people want to bounce stuff around. And like we want this to be more boutique, to be able to develop more of like a personal atmosphere for those who want that. But we're also setting up a system so that like if you just need space, people will know that without you having to say anything. So
Yeah.
we're intentionally building this so that this can be a very personalized, choose your own adventure kind of experience.
Which I think that's all about our brand is the fact that we all can be very much extrovert and introvert depending on the
Mhm.
Yes.
setting. So I think as authors, especially once when you're in a group, we need that as well. Like, do you want to extrovert today, or do you just need to be like, stay away, people, because I need the space.
Right.
So we're gonna
Or
make it so you can enjoy all of those things.
I would say too, like one of the things at events, what will happen, especially if it's got education components to it, is that you'll learn something, you'll want to implement it before you lose it, right? And then you're in the next class or you're in the next thing, and then
Oh
you
yeah.
can't go and sort of do that, or you don't have time in the evening to really work on that kind of stuff. And that's it's important for us that the people who come leave with some actionable items, especially since it's going in July and the fourth quarter, that end of year sales stuff is coming
Mhm.
right up behind it. We want people
Plus,
to
with it
leave
happening right
with
after the
plans.
4th of July,
Mhm.
like, we're all gonna need, like, yeah. I don't know about you, but anytime there's a holiday and, like, it throws off, your regular schedule of what you
Mhm.
go going on and that kind of thing, getting back into the swing of work, especially when it comes to writing, then a lot of times I need that extra time to be able to actually do it. And, like, if nothing else, this can at least carve that out.
I don't know. Maybe I am a robot. I don't like I I don't get that. For me, I get frustrated when I don't have work. So it interrupts my schedule. I'm sure that I did a screening recently to participate in a study down at the college, because I was like, it's hard to get participants. And then on the screening though, I am going to talk to my doctor because I think I may need another, assessment, an adult assessment of some stuff. Because according to that screening, I rate pretty high and I rate pretty high on a scale that would make a lot of more sense about me.
It's fair.
Lots of
Well, at
things
the same time, though,
would
like,
make a
for me,
lot
especially
more
when it comes
sense.
to holidays, it's more that like suddenly I have to carve like my time that would normally be my writing time.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
having to
because you got
entertain
kiddo.
family. I
Yeah.
have events I've got to go to. I've got to like make this holiday an experience for my child, and I'm gonna have extended family and there's barbecues. And so like that time that would normally be that Doesn't get to be that for me.
Yeah.
I instead have to be the entertainer and build that experience. So
Have
that was
And
more what I
I avoid that with like
did.
I
see, she's like, this doesn't apply.
I
So
love it though.
we're all in
I have
very
family
different
that's like
stages.
lives on the property with me that are the same way.
yeah,
So I'm like,
I
okay, here's your plate from the barbecue. You are welcome to stay in your room and do what you want. I'm okay
yeah.
with that. Here's your food.
That makes sense.
I told you the phone was going to go
Like
down on me at some point in time.
I will
It lasted a
it's
while.
just
I'm impressed. Nice job. Lasted a whole hour. That was pretty good.
Super space.
I,
Okay, so for our last little while, let's go ahead and talk about what we were going to talk about.
yeah.
besides
Social
books.
media marketing and like kind of the mental health stuff and that kind of thing.
I was like, what?
Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Yes. Let's
Got
do
you.
this.
Yes. Talk about some of our
So
teaching part of it.
Mm,
so mental health, and I think mental health and wellness always is like my bubble. Like I want people to do the things and be happy about it. I can be probably honest, this year my journey has been really, really different because I've been in menopause.
mhm,
So the things that normally would have like spiraled me on, I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. Like I'm here, just give me credit for showing up. So one of the things I had to do for my mental health is completely stop a lot of my social medias. And it's not that I didn't enjoy posting. I think we talked about this. Like the posting wasn't the problem. It was the interacting. Like I found myself
mhm,
being more introverted and feeling overwhelmed. So one of the things I did in January, end of January, was decide if I'm going to interact, I'm only going to interact in one platform. So I've been doing Substack. And then I realized I'm an author and I'm also supposed to sell books, which I haven't done very well. So I went back to TikTok and the concept of connecting with those readers, but I'm doing completely different than I did before. Like on
mhm,
TikTok, I was doing my face and I was posting and I was sharing a lot more of me. I went and did, thanks to Jamie, author scale. So I'm doing just slides. So my social media is very low maintenance, if
Not
that makes
sponsored
sense.
by Author Scale, no
I
affiliation.
No.
know, not it should. Like call me up so we can hook it up because I'm giving you tons of prop. But it has become very low maintenance because I don't have the energy, like I don't have the mental width, and I'm also just feeling like I was struggling. So like Substack has become like I call it my morning coffee brew with like all my best friends, so we just chit chat in the morning. But also social media, I only do it once a day. And I know
Mhm,
this is not the like what everybody talks about. Like I have to do it between 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm psychotic before my brain engages and realize, go, what are you doing? You're gonna die.
mhm,
Stop that. And be able just to have the rest of the day to go to the day job and function. So I am a
mhm,
little bit the odd weird, but I have to force myself to do it or else it just doesn't happen because menopause is a thing. I don't know if anybody else feels it.
Yeah.
mhm,
Tanya, it's a
mhm,
thing.
mhm.
So
And if you
Yeah.
Jamie,
don't know what Author Scale is, so Author Scale is a program that you are welcome to, like, if you use it, you can use the AI parts of it or not use the AI parts for it. Totally up to you.
mm-hmm,
But if you use the AI parts, it's a closed circuit that does not create from what you put into it. So it can take your books and you put in the book or you put in just a chapter or something like that, and it will pull hooks and it will pull like stuff. And then you say
Quotes
how
and
many slides you want it to turn it into. And they have options. They have a whole bunch of stock photos and stock images you can use as backgrounds, or it can AI generate stuff for that. You can also turn those into videos to
mm-hmm,
go into other places. If you're not using the AI stuff, then you can go ahead and go and use it for building those slides, and you can bring your own stock photos, you can put in your own stuff, but it will like build it all for you.
mhm,
You can also schedule from it and have it auto post the things for you, so it can function as a scheduler as well. Again, not sponsored by it, it's just
mhm,
something that I had discovered. I actually really like the tool. I just hired somebody, actually I'm testing out for the next like 3 months to be doing that on a separate channel for me, because my channels have done very well with CapCut lately, and that's where all of my income is coming from. And I'm like, I'm not messing with my algorithm that
mhm,
is paying all the bills. So we are setting up a like ghost account for her to be doing those for me so that I can see like they
mhm,
worked very well for me for bringing in income. And I was like, I will keep using you if we can bring in enough income on this new one within 3 months of um, like that it pays for you and I'm still making a profit. Like that's my like rules. Like if I'm paying you, you have to be able to pay for yourself or I will go back to doing it myself because I know how. I can. Here we go.
It comes back to time and energy and money for everyone. And I think social media, especially if you're looking at how much time you have, like I have a full-time job that now has like 50 to 60 hours a week. And I'm still writing and I'm still doing all the things. So social media had to complement my life and it couldn't consume it. Like if I could
Yes.
spend more time and play with it, it'd be great. I think author scale, when Jamie said it, I was so intimidated. I was like, oh my God, not another thing that I have to learn and do. And then Tonya and I were like, we're going to do this. We're going to force ourselves. By the way, I made her commit to doing a 30-day challenge with me yesterday. She's like, I thought you were doing it. I was like, you got to do this with me.
Yeah, I thought I was just her cheerleading team for that 30-day challenge, and she's
She's
like,
like, no,
"No,
you're doing it
cheer is
with me.
part of this." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I got to catch up then because I'm a little behind."
Like, hello, like we can't just be committed. Especially one of the things we want you guys all to understand. I Evergreen authors is all about teaching you things. And before we can teach you, we kind of have to try them. So
Yeah.
this is us experimenting. So we can kind of give you some legit feedback of like, this experiment went really bad. Or, oh my God, try this. So we're going to give you an update. Like next month's going to be 30 days, Tonya. Like, do the
Yeah.
thing. We can actually, Tonya.
That's okay because I will also give an update on how it's gone with this person. We're only going to focus on one
Yeah.
book. Yeah, we're just focusing on Bewitched by the Fruit Bat King.
Okay.
And that's going to be like, I have one Amazon ad running to it. That is it. And it's at like $5 a day. And Amazon, if you've never run Amazon ads, Amazon rarely actually comes anywhere close to your budget for the day. Sometimes it spends nothing that day. So I only have one Amazon ad that is like doing the stuff. And then right now I post maybe 5 times doing my CapCut videos because most of my time for CapCut videos is going to my other book that is paying most of the bills. So, but I think a big thing too is if you are someone who is like really intimidated by social media, like the face element can make, like, I'm not saying never use your face. If just filming your face is easier, do it. Go for it. I did that for several years and it worked really well for me. And then I started to hit like burnout and like the stress of like, I have to be on, I've got to go film more, da da da. And it's a lot harder to like reuse content when you don't look the same as you did 3 years ago. And it is good to reuse content. So like, especially since we are evergreen author resources, the evergreen part of it is that, you know, we want you to be able to create hooks and understand how to, that will be things that will be able to sell your book in an evergreen kind of way. And that's really the key thing is no matter what you decide to do for social media, like for example, using author scale, you don't know if what is being like, if you use the AI, it's hard to know if what they're creating is actually going to sell your book if you don't understand what your tropes are and you don't have a basic idea of like where your target audience, like what they're looking for and how your book fits in that, which is basically what the hook is. And if you don't understand how to shift hooks a little bit, for example, I use completely different hooks that are longer when I do slideshows because I need them to go through multiple slides. Versus CapCut videos, I need 20 words or less, and I need it to be in second person from the female main character's main thing, or turning the CapCut meme into a like inside joke sort of thing for DC the last like 24 hours has seen a bunch of my videos and she's like, oh my God, Jamie. Really? I think my favorite one right now is I thought it'd be really funny to post. I don't know if you saw it. I thought it would be really funny to post one that is not even CapCut, that was just me making a joke on what happens when you don't use any grammar.
Yes. Yes.
I had a couple friends message me like, Jamie, did you seriously just say that? Because part of it is including my friends. And when there's no grammar attaching that to other hobbies, including eating out, it sounds really dirty. So like, but at the same time, I'm still able to slip in a hook, and I have had 5 book sales from that one video, and I posted that video like middle of the night last night. So, you know, understanding what your audience really wants and like how to Like, I have found I don't actually like hooks that feel permanent, like a single thing. Like, you need that for a blurb, you need that for like your base. But anything that's social media hooks, I've actually started doing them almost like a bullet point of like my hook elements are, for example, Till Death and Daisy's Bloom, one of my easiest books to sell. And my like bullet points are that she was unalived by her fiance, that she was brought back to life, that she is now claimed by the seven deadly sins and is hooking up with all of them, and that she's a 30-year-old curvy witch. And whatever hook I'm creating for whatever social media I'm doing is going to involve at least two of those things, and just like mix and match to however it's going to work. Especially if you decide to try CapCut stuff, which I love them. They make me at the moment somewhere between $1,000 and $4,000 a month just from a CapCut video a day.
And they are
But
also not affiliated or sponsored.
no, they're not.
Where are these people? Like,
I know, like they should be, right? Like if you'd like all of these things that we talk about that we're using, if any of those people get a hold of this, like you are welcome. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. If you would like, you know, other,
so
you'd
some more
Well, and then
like
products that we're
also
doing
some
for free.
you can
endorsement.
use the same things. Tonya will be able to tell you what our site is because we just shifted sites, and at the moment I'm blanking the name. But I do have a course that literally is that
Oh, yeah.
teaches how to build these types of hooks and use Canva and Sheets to batch create a ton of them all at once. I love that Tonya's like, wait, I do?
I was
I
like,
have a
what?
thing with this
I was
course
like,
on
what
it.
site?
But yes,
She did.
I do have that, and it teaches you how to create multiple types of social media, including the stuff that we're talking about, and like batch create a whole bunch of them all at once using Canva. You can't do that with CapCut, and right now CapCut's what's making me the most money. So that's what my algorithm for my main social media is.
So your CapCut video for Daisy and the scream guy dancing along had me dying, and I was like, oh my god, I need this in my life. So for social media, I'm the person that if I like your stuff, I'm just gonna share it. Like, I think I should be like,
Mm-hmm.
if there should be an award for sharing queen, this is me, because I share it all and I think all of it is hysterical and funny, and I want everybody to succeed. So at least social media to me, one thing that transitioned was being a lot more fun than it used to be,
Mm-hmm.
because I think I used to take it really, really serious. So every time I jump into TikTok or I jump into anything, I was like, this is so much work. Like, I needed to put like an author face, and my author face, which is not serious at all, became a process of dementia. I was like, I gotta do the thing and I gotta be serious because somebody's gonna read it. Now I'm just like, I don't know if anybody's reading this, but I thought it was funny. Here you go. Press the button.
And now you know why DC and Jamie are here, because I grew up in the very much the do as I say, don't do as I do. And so I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I can tell you what you need to do in order to do those things. But that does not mean I'm going to do any of it. Like, it's
Hence the 30-day
like,
challenge. So she's now
yes,
has to
yeah.
do
Like
because I'm like,
yeah. So I have to commit to things to do them. That is like one of the things I've committed to for this year is treating my pen names, the Kara, September, Echo North, all three of them as an entity rather than as myself, because um, you know, just like at the event the other day, like I was troping up, putting all the things or whatever for Whitney's stuff, and she's just like, you don't do that. And I was like, yeah, I know, I don't do that for me, but I'm here for you, like I'm
and I
here for
can make
you.
you look
I'm
good.
an awesome cheerleader. Like I could sell your books. My books, I'm gonna be like, go over there and get one of those from so and so because like, I really like them, and I need to, I also need to remember that I also like all of my books.
A
But
lot. A lot.
yeah, yeah, no, I mean, I go back and read my work often, um, especially if I'm like writing in that series or in that world, or if I'm trying to um recommit to that voice, or if I'm adding another short story or a bonus something, I go back and read that because my writing style has changed. Like I've been writing for 25 years, I've been published for 25 years. Like when I started with like the Beaufort series, everything was like third person omnipotent, like Nora Roberts
Ooh.
style, you know you're an advanced reader for those. And that was because I was coming like from out of academics, I'm like I'm sliding into this um from literature,
Yep.
which is not always an easy read. Um and then through submitting to New York and whatnot, they were like, I don't want to say that they told me I needed to dumb some things down, but they were like, if you do these scenes by, one character's point of view, and then it was third person that, and then it became like first person because all of
Mm-hmm.
the young adult readers were coming out of reading where that genre had been heavily first person, and
Mm-hmm.
now they're adults and they're reading and that's what they're looking for. But I write all over the place and I continue to write all over the place. So if I'm going back to something, I have to go back to where I was then, reintegrate with that voice, that vibe that I had then, and do it because
I have to do that with my intern diaries because that series is complete and I
mhm,
do stand alone in that
mhm,
universe. And I have to go back and be like, what I haven't done is because I have a couple series that are first person, I totally decided to stop. I'm like, I
mhm.
can't. I can't do any more first people. I can't be in this many people's heads. So I tried to do, it became a little crazy. So, and also my male characters, I prefer them on the third person. Like, I prefer to watch what they do and their manners behind without truly diving into their feelings and emotions. So I go back and forth, but I have to go back and reread it. So, yes. And back to the social media, we are making you commit because we're
Yes.
on a mission to test all these things. James,
Yes.
listen, Jamie is amazing. She is our marketing queen. Unfortunately, Jamie does nothing do small. So hence the reason I was like, we're in the like small,
We're
we're
gonna
gonna get you
scale
there.
that.
Yeah.
We're gonna
So
scale.
have you guys we're like officially like the exercise videos. You had the pro like kick it out, and then like
Yeah.
there's an alternative versions on the side. This is
Yeah.
us. Like we're
Yeah.
the
DC's
alternative
the
version.
DC's the one who's like almost right at the pro version, and I'm the one
Like
over here like,
She's the one with the
yeah.
chair.
This is
yeah. We're like
like,
so, in case you're ever wondering where you at, you can pick any one of us. Like, we will
yeah.
walk you through, like, just follow this journey. There's a little bit like, if you can hang with Jamie, go for it. We're not going to stop
Yeah.
you. We'll just move out of the way. I'm like, go,
Yeah.
go, do the thing. But if you're starting in the between, we got you. We're going to get you there. We're like, this is where
To
we're
be
at.
fair, part of my like everything becomes big is because I'm like, I could see how this could work so many different ways. So I'm gonna do all of them to find out which ones don't actually work.
Mhm.
And then I'm just gonna walk away with the ones that do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's explain that. So when Jamie says, I have this idea, it sounds so doable. It
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
always so small. It's like, I think this will be funny. And like a good friend, I'm like, I think that would be amazing. You should go do it. Then I will get a call 2 days later and like, by the way. And I
True.
was like, wait, what just happened? Like, that's not what we talked about.
Mhm.
We got
He's
here and
saying
then
this
you're
just from this week.
Mhm.
every single time. I don't let her fool you that she doesn't do this every time. And then
Mhm.
she's like, huh, this just got big. I'm like, yes, in 2 days. We went from like, I want to do this because it'll be fun. And I think I'm going to have this amazing time. And then there's an entire project. And you're like, how do we got
Because my
here?
brain sits on it and suddenly it's like, I can see how to market it. I can see how to make this sell better. I can see how to make all of these things really cool.
By the way, when I say I have an idea. And do you see me adding stencils? No. Like I was going to spray paint. I spray painted. Jamie's like, we're going to hand paint this with different designs. And by the
I
way, I'm
hate
going to add
spray painting with a
oil. I'm like,
passion though. Oh, it just all the setup steps feel so hard. Like mentally, if it requires more than just sit down and start, I'm done. It's
this
already too
is,
much work. I can't
this
do
is,
that.
you're adding foil to your pages. How is
Okay,
this
but
Yeah.
I have a foil pen. I just doodle on it with a foil pen.
Yeah, I have a foil pin too. It's in the closet with the rest of my supplies that I don't use.
Thank you.
It's a
Right
I
next to
have
the heat gun.
so many. I have so many crafting supplies. That's why there's a whole stack of crafting supplies here for me to take so that people will have these activities and I will not have wasted all my dreams
Question.
of using them. Um,
Do we need to bring the clamps to a retreat and have people spray paint as part of like the arts and crafts? I was
I
like,
Check
will
with the
check with the
hotel.
hotel. Yeah.
I was thinking,
It's like,
guys,
If I'm at
outside,
the hotel, I think you may
outside,
not spray
so
paint
like
inside of my
so
house. Spray
like
outside.
so like Jamie's
I
full
know.
throttle is like very digital in a lot of ways. DC's full
DC is
throttle
like,
is
we're going to
like
be binding books
we're gonna
there, okay? And
It'd be awesome. It'd be so much fun. We should go spray painting.
it's like
Sorry,
she
guys.
accuses me of being the only one that does this,
yeah, I
and
was
you
like,
just
No,
oh
witnessed.
this is
yeah.
us. This is us.
Yeah, that just went from 0 to 100 pretty quick. Like
Okay, so we're not spray painting. Sorry, guys. You still get to make some art, and we'll do some meditation. We'll do that part. Okay, so we're coming up to like an hour and a half, so I know we're
oh my
wrapping up
gosh, yeah. How did that happen?
us. Like, I don't even know where
Because
to
we got all
find
distracted.
us.
Since we were
Oh,
talking
we're
social
supposed
media,
to
I
talk
do want
about
to
what
say
we're working
something.
on.
I do want
Oh,
to
Go
say
ahead.
something before we wrap up the social media, though.
yes.
If you are someone who is like currently going, where do I post? I'm overwhelmed. There's so many sites, blah, blah, blah. I want to do a little quick explanation of how different social medias work because it can help you figure out if you should try and do more than one, if you should use something. For example, sometimes I use a tool called Social Bee, which also has awesome AI social media creation. I don't really use that from them, but if you are team AI, you can do that. But I like Social Bee because it will let you use like post to a whole bunch of social medias and you can dump literally all of your posts into categorized folders, throw those folders onto a 1 week calendar, and then say, I want this to post on this day at this time to these social medias from this one. And it's nice because you can also click a little one button thing that will say, like that will put it back at the end of your pile in the folder. So like you can have never ending social media posts. So again, evergreen social media is awesome. And it makes it so that you don't have to think about it. You can literally take big chunks of time. And when you do create stuff, you're just making your backlist bigger, which is like the goal of being an author anyways. But TikTok is amazing in getting you out to new people because it is almost when you're posting not to your followers, over 90% of your viewers will always be new to you people, no matter what. So honestly, don't stress follower count on that in any way, shape, or form. And they are short lifespan social media posts. Very rarely does a social media post on TikTok last more than like 48 hours. Instagram is literally the opposite. It is also a short lifespan, but unless you're doing a trial reel, it almost exclusively sends it to just your followers. So followers matter a lot more on Instagram than basically anywhere else. And Instagram is good for like building community, but they're also not the best at actually engaging on there. I would say like a Facebook group, which Facebook absolutely is the best at hiding any posts you do anywhere from anyone you actually want to see it. Substack, I would definitely say, is the way to go if you are wanting to try and make sure that all of your followers are actually going to see your posts. Because it literally will send your basic posts, not your little short post, but it will send it as a newsletter to them. I use Substack basically like a blog / newsletter, so that I'm not paying for a newsletter service anymore because I got tired of paying like $100 a month for something that felt like work. I didn't like that. And they do not have to be subscribed to Substack to get your newsletter and find out about your posts. And then also YouTube. YouTube is the long lifespan stuff. YouTube is awesome because anytime someone posts, like does a search for something, your stuff can show up years later, which is amazing. And we appreciate that. And you can repurpose. I literally post the exact same shorts on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok. And YouTube Shorts is normally a short lifespan unless it gets searched. But I also it's way easier for me to get views on YouTube Shorts than basically anywhere else. It's also one of the only places that hashtags actually still matters. Hashtags are nice in other places from time to time, but I have not posted with a hashtag on Instagram or TikTok in over a year, and my views are only growing. I think I may have mentioned it the last one. I can't remember if it was just us talking or whatnot, but I had done a whole like test, like a goal. I was like, I want to get 100,000 views on social media in a month. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm already doing that.
Mhm.
And a good chunk of it, like 30,000 of it was, well, actually closer to like 50,000 of it was just YouTube shorts. Me just sending the same thing over there with 3 hashtags and just the quick label. And sometime, we can sit down and like actually show how to use them, but they're very simple. And also don't like, don't be intimidated. If you have something you really like, don't be intimidated to like, if you're on your browser, you can download the little Pinterest button and just have it go to Pinterest. Like Amazon, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Target, they're literally paying for ads on Pinterest because people are still doing that. And sometimes you'll stumble on your own book being an ad on there. So if you're viewing, especially on your computer, it's super easy to just like one click that and it will auto post. And sure, it might not be seen by anybody, but Pinterest is also a long lifespan one where you never know. It might pop up later. So there's a lot of other social medias, and I'm not going to lie, I stay off of Threads for like engagement, but I let Instagram auto post to Threads because why not? And I do the same thing with Lemonade. I let TikTok auto post to there sometimes. And like Instagram and TikTok, both you can schedule directly from the site itself
Mhm.
now. So that makes that easier. But every single social media is going to function completely differently. So when you're picking where you want to spend that time, it's not just community, because community vibes are completely different on each one of them. But part of that is just because of how the algorithm shows it to different people. So really, that's why I do a combination for the most part. I stick with Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, but I'm posting the exact same thing to all of them. I'm not creating extra work at all. And if you
I
use
guess,
social media, it'll do it all for you.
and because social media is not paying us, we're going to also mention that there's
Yes.
Patty Post, that Canva, the Facebook Marketplace, and other other platforms also do that and allow you to schedule and post those things out. So if it's one of
Yeah.
those things where it's about time, it's really just about figuring out a scheduler and which scheduler is right for you, and then that will help with time a whole lot. And I will give, like, um I hate that you don't see as much anymore even in the groups, but, Facebook groups are still, like, one of the best places for community, and, like, a lot of people have
Yeah.
abandoned, Facebook, but that's still, like, the best place to be able to communicate back and forth. Like, we just don't have groups. Like, I really
Space.
miss the Yahoo groups back in the day. Like, I loved those, and when they quit those and then Facebook created groups, it had that whole, like, community vibe where people were talking back and forth, and you could post something and people can interact with it and all that, but it's the algorithm, like you said, it's like you don't even see, you have to physically go into a group to see what's going on in the group
Yeah.
these days, and that's just unfortunate.
And for community too, depending on where your audience spends time and where you are spending time, you can also use Discord. Discord is great for it
Mhm,
too.
mhm,
Yes.
Literally every single social media, you're still going to have to do the work to bring the people
mhm,
to you.
mhm,
That's one of the biggest things is that there is no social media that if you put up a post,
mhm.
you will automatically be getting people buying your stuff and
Yeah,
everything. Like you're
yeah,
going to have to, especially if you want to build an actual community where you're engaging with them heavily, there is nowhere that does that you do not have to bring the people to it. So
yeah.
that's part of why I joke that marketing has to be a web, but it really does. It has to be more than one thing. And run if you are someone who is okay with doing giveaways, doing something like King Sumo and having it so that those links are like bringing people to those places is a really good way to like help with that. And then also it's kind of a nice tool. I would say if you're going to run like a Facebook ad or something, running it to a King Sumo and highlighting one of your books, especially if you like, for example, I have an orange page version of Bewitched by the Fruit Bat King. And so sometimes I will give one of those away. I give the link of like where to find that book. And then they get extra entries from doing like, you can check out this specific post on TikTok. You can check out blah, 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 blah. And it creates that web for you so that they can gain those extra entries. And honestly, giveaways get a lot better cost per click for ads anyways. So if you have something like that, or you're doing direct sales, that kind of thing, or you're like launching something that's brand new, that could be a really nice way to help with that, especially for getting a newsletter like following. And when you do Substack, again, not sponsored by any of these people,
No.
but when you use Substack, you don't have to be weeding out people who are not constantly opening because you're being charged an arm and a leg to run your newsletter.
Right.
Substack is like, I still keep track. I keep a list, a backup list in case something happens to my account. I still want my list, and I like recheck that every 6 months. But it's nice that, because I am absolutely the email person, that I do not open most authors' emails until I'm in the mood for them again. And then I will go and binge read everything they've released since I last read from them. And nowadays, a lot of people, when it comes to their emails, they're not reading them on official browsers. They are reading them in places where it never registers as them having opened it. And so even with that, my Substack like open rate is a lot
still
higher
higher.
than it ever was anywhere else.
Mhm.
Plus, Substack is technically a social media, so technically there is that teeny tiny chance that someone may find you, but I don't use it for that in any way, shape, or form. I just use it as my like community hub and my newsletter. But that is a plus side to having a free one, is that like it doesn't matter if you have freebie seekers, because they can help boost your numbers when your book is free at some point in time in the future. Like,
So for
lean into them.
everybody, if you're like any of us, the biggest thing takeaways, you can repurpose the same stuff on multiple areas. I think when I
Yes.
first started out, I heard the whole advice that you need a different content for different place because if people found
Mhm.
you. Nowadays, that will burn you out. So if you're looking at what to do, repurposing for multiple social medias is going to save you time and probably money and effort. So think
And
about it that way.
time, like if you think timeline wise too, think about your favorite social media creator and try to tell me everything they posted 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right, ladies, we are literally coming up our end of an hour and a half. Imagine that. We managed all of this and people stay with us, hopefully, and not think we're totally crazy because we are. So when are we coming back so people can plan? It's probably me. People by me. I mean me.
People, I mean me.
Me. Let's just be honest. When is our
Let's
next
see.
one, everyone?
We have it
What
on the calendar. I'll let
this
you
is
guys tell me.
it's April, like next month is April, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have
So
it for April 18th. Is that right? We're doing it on a Saturday?
that's a Saturday. I thought we moved them to Sundays because
We
you
did.
got Rotary on.
I
Like now you get to see backstage us planning.
what do you guys think? April 19th, same time?
Yeah,
It's a Sunday.
9:30,
Eastern.
same bat time, same bat
Make sure
channel,
Tonya has her cola.
Oh, she
right?
will. She will talk to us beforehand. So if you
She's
guys
like,
are
you
interested,
people are not worthy of seeing
we're
me
not.
without my cola.
Right. Well,
So
I
when
mean, I had coffee yesterday and DC knows because she talked to me on part of the drive back. Like there's
no.
soda, I can drink a Coca-Cola and go to bed and go to sleep. But I had like a Starbucks caramel ribbon crunch or whatever, and I was like
So normally that's me all the time. And I was like, what did
who
they give
is
you?
this?
Like, this is not you. Like, did we switch roles? What just happened here? And she was like, let me tell you. I was like, oh, this is a thing. Got it. We were doing the thing. All right. So April 19th, Sunday, same time,
Yeah,
9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Central time. And if you guys have ideas for like topics you guys want us to discuss, because I
let
don't
us
think we
know.
have a topic,
Let's
let
see.
us know. We're all about it.
We have so much to talk about. It is hard to pick like what to talk about. So it would be really awesome if people could come on and let
Guide
us
us.
know what you would like us to talk about next. That way we can
Mixed in with our
um
squirreling.
yeah,
Lots.
you got to know that. Like we are gonna talk about whatever it is, but it might take a minute to get there and back.
For an
At
hour.
least. Or so, give or take, here and there. But Jamie's gonna have her like non-fancy tea, which are always fancy, and want to talk about them. So
Yes.
you guys can
And
talk.
I may have coffee,
She's not.
tea, or soda,
Or
Stick with
all of
soda.
the above
or the all of
in
the
different
above.
mugs so she can keep track of them.
Yeah, I
Ooh, that's a good
do.
idea.
Like, when I used to, like, go to work that used when I went to, like, actual work in an office, that was one of the things people were like, "How many drinks do you have?" And I'm like, "Mind your business. I gotta"
All of them.
I feel like it's the answer
like
for like life.
like
Mind your business.
So now you know
Oh
how
my
we
god.
really are.
Now you
Uh,
know why they put the soda on my desk.
this is why we understand. All right, my fabulous little ladies, giving you guys
It's
lots of
like,
hugs. I'm getting ready to go talk to my parents. Jamie has kids, and Tanya has
yes,
passively
knocking on
offered
the
to
door.
take care.
I've got work to do, yeah. All right.
So, bye everyone.
Bye.